Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Style and Gives weekly podcast with Rachel Kimball and my very, very good friend,
Tera Coughlin.
where we're coming at you with the latest fashion styles, news, updates, our giving hearts, lots of positivity, our challenges, our wins. And so this week I'm very excited because Tara is going to speak to us about getting that closet ready for spring. And I know, like, it's kind of difficult for me only because my closets, I have like the New York closet where it's like I've got two of them, but then one has actually three racks. Like I had a mad, so that's just shirt, right? And then the other one's skirts, and you have to make it
get
work.
in this closet.
Oh god, it's gonna be like, really, Rachel? Does it close? Yeah, it barely closes. So that's what I'm excited about, is talking about how to get your closet ready for spring. So let's just dive in. Dive in. Tell me, what do you think? What do you do? Because I know this is something that, first of all, listeners, Tara does this all the time. This is one of Tara's professions. First of all, she's a stylist, but she also does great closet cleanouts. So if you need to book that, Tara, tell them where you're located.
Yes, get on Instagram. It's Tera Coughlin Styling on Instagram and the same thing.com. So it's a process. It's actually, for someone that doesn't do it a lot, it's a job for them, right?
Right.
And really need to clear the calendar and say, for real, clear the calendar and make it a priority. And, I kind of just go off of a 5-step outline, if you will. And, deep dive and go, okay, let's make some piles. Let's do, like, what are we selling? What are we donating? What are we giving away? What are we going to keep? And, don't be afraid to tackle your closet and don't be afraid to part with things. Yes,
that's
you've got, sentimental pieces, you're, attached to items. Yes, we all are, but some things got to go and make room
That's
for
true.
new.
That's
true. So
yeah.
it's, I'm making piles to sell to Style and Give. So that's always fun. And, prepare. It helps you get new things. Donate to Hillcrest, your Goodwills, pass down stuff to your friends.
Right.
Friends want your stuff.
That is a great point. I do believe that there's a lot of, like, just calling your friend up and saying, hey, I've got these pieces, and maybe that's the one thing they need, where they're looking for it, maybe they don't have that extra money to get it at this time, because, we're all watching our phones and talking here, making sure we get the best deals. But a free deal or a trade, because a lot of my friends trade, like, hey, can I wear this? Can I wear this? Or let's trade this out. Yeah, that's a great point, Tara. I forget about that. You forget about your options other than selling or actually taking them, down to, your local thrift, where that they, you might actually shop sometimes. It's great to go thrifting. That's a great one. And I actually read over Tara's, I usually don't do this, but I read over Tara's notes last night, and I was like, whoa, these are great things. I hadn't thought about a lot of the things that we are going to talk about today. So yeah, I think definitely with the sharing with your friends and donating, or get on styling.com, go sell a donate, will help you out, or just give us a call, because I know it can be hard to part with things.
Oh yes,
right.
Sharing with friends. I'm guilty of this myself. Like, I wear things 1 or 2 times and then I'm over it, and so my friends want my hand-me-downs, and so it works out for everyone. That is a great thing to think about when you are clearing out your closet, and it's, you're done with it. So I also think clearing the classics are worth keeping.
Okay, I love this. I love this because everything happens for a reason, right? I'm on TikTok for about 2 hours yesterday, and I see the stylist that found these amazing leather culottes that had like a little bit of mesh down, probably in the last 6 inches of it. She didn't know what to do. She had bought them super sale, right? But they just didn't fit her. But guess what? She took those down to the tailor. She got them tailored, and they looked fantastic.
I mean, it's a game changer. It saves you a lot of money. I mean, it's already in your closet. Yes. And there's ways to, I mean, if you have a great seamstress.
Yes, that's one of the first steps.
Yes. I mean, you can change a lot of things. Even if you're out thrifting or you get something that's not your size bigger, tailor it down, cut it out. I mean, I would, yeah, I love it.
I think that's an excellent idea. And there are also things, and it can be even going really big on it. Like you have a very big maxi skirt and you want to make it into, and it has a volume in it. You can actually make it into pants. Like you don't think about things in that way because you're thinking, well, how could I really do that? Well, guess what? A great seamstress will say these are our options. This is what we can do. And you can really transform a lot of the things that you already have into really fantastic pieces.
And just talking to friends, when you're out or your daily errands or whatever, just talk to your friends and say, hey, what do you think I could do with this?
Yes.
I've always got ideas, and I'm like, Rachel, I know that. Let's cut into this. We could cut this out. We can make this. So just chatting with your friends.
Yes.
Different ways to recreate your pieces is helpful, but always keep your stuff like steam cleaned. Launder well. Do your shoe repairs. I like to do a yearly leather shoe repair, like after winter, I get my shoes cleaned, or I think it helps preserve all of your nice quality pieces.
I would agree. I was told by a cobbler about 2 years ago when this local in Kansas City, the Berry Road, that I'd brought a gorgeous pair of Gucci shoes in, right? Of course, I'd worn them a couple times, and I thought, I should probably get these, resold or whatever. He goes, Rachel, anytime you get a brand new pair of shoes, bring them in here. I resell them immediately, and then they'll if they wear down, you have like a brand new sole. We do it again. It will protect the leather around it, everything, sandals, boots, you name it with your footwear. And I thought I'd never heard of that. But you're right, keeping that up, and then because it's hard because you're like, I just spent a ton of money on this. Do I really want to spend more money on getting this resold? Well, guess what? You're probably going to wear them,
long run,
and the resale value will be higher because they can easily take it off. Like if you want to resell them, you could take that sole off and new.
I know it's really
exactly.
Amazing. I have a great guy up here.
If you're looking for one, we will actually put them in our notes so that you can know where we're going. But yeah, I agree. That
same
tailor,
bags. Handbags is the same.
Oh, that's true.
Preserve your handbags. You can take your bags to the same shoe guy. They do awesome job. I mean, if you spend a lot of money on your bags, preserve them, keep them, clean them, keep them in dust bags. I always tell people to keep your bags in dust bags. It will save you a lot of money.
That's true. Just keeping them clean and yeah. I need to start doing that. I still have them in boxes, and then I always take a Polaroid of the shoe. Like I'm one of those, and then I put it on the inside to know the heel height. You can see it. I know the heel height. I know what it looks like, so that I'm not like going. And I don't even know where I learned that. I think that was a Rachel Zoe thing. And I want to say that I think I might have saw it there, but I went out and actually got.
I love it. I have it. It keeps you so organized. You do it right where it is. Boxes are
right.
I think it's a great way to keep it.
Love it. Well, thank you. Yes. Yeah.
And I also think just, getting organized, like going through, matching all your hangers, keeping your jewelry organized well, utilize that drawer space. If you've got a bunch of, tanks or workout gear, you don't want to take up closet space, use your drawers for that. Add bins, baskets. I like to get closets, like kind of like a boutique. So,
well, that's what you want to feel like. You want to be able to shop your own closet first. And I think if your closet looks fantastic, you might not go, oh, you know what, I need to head on down to Nordstrom's today. Instead, you're gonna be like, oh, this looks like more. I'm shopping in an amazing environment, and I do think that. And as I was reading through this last night, and I have seen your closet organized, the before and after pictures are amazing. Listeners, you need to go to Tera's site because it is life changing when you're able to get organized. I feel like organization in one's life can change your direction and how you feel about your life, your routine, everything. Like it really helps to know what you have and then be grateful for all the things you have, right? Because sometimes you're like, I don't have anything. Then you're like, wait a minute,
all the time.
Look at all this stuff I have. And then you're like, oh, thank you, universe, for this. And then you're going, thank you, God, for this. Like there's so many things. And that's where I get, but I feel the same. I'm feeling it too. I feel it too. But then you're like, wow, I actually have this stuff.
A lot of
like,
stuff.
what am I even thinking about? I need to go get a new dress, but I'm still gonna go get one. But I get you on that.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is. It makes you feel good too. Your daily, just get up, your routine, just pull from your closet.
Right.
You know that we spend money on these things. Like take care of them, organize them well, and they will last a long time. And just wear the stuff. And I mean, I'm guilty of wanting something new all the time. I love it. I love ripping those tags off. I love swiping the card, but I do have a closet.
Right.
But
we're gonna let that stuff go to
style
and get back on. But no, I get it, and and I love a deal. Like that's another thing with me. It's like if I see something that's like, oh, this is good, this is amazing, I need this. When reality, do I? And I'm tried to do it. If I have a specific occasion coming up, I'll look in my closet first because you know me. I did that the last time we were to Fashion Week, and I was like, oh, I don't have it. But then I was like, okay, I can afford to spend $40 on this one dress. Okay, but then I got three too, but it was still like $100, right, with everything. So I still felt like I killed it on that. And I think I can resell the stuff, but I'm definitely keeping the boots, and that black dress was fantastic, right? Amazing. I know, but yeah, I'm guilty. You're guilty. We all are, right?
We all are. I think that's part of another step is just strategize and rebuild. So if you just fill in the blanks, stop your closet, fill in the blanks, and those pieces you add are going to be like your classic pieces, your investment pieces, add-ons. So just be smart about what you're doing. And if it takes somebody like to tell you like what to pare down and how we can rearrange your outfits or things from maybe 5 or 10 years ago, which it all comes full circle. So just upgrade the essentials and upgrade the classics, and those are really going to get you a long way.
I would agree. I would agree on that. I know, like, because I don't have it yet. As I said, I lived in New York closet, in a small town. I know myself all the way. I'm gonna laugh at that.
I see a lot of small closets. They're so
but you know what? I'm very grateful for that small closet. I'm very grateful. But I'm also grateful for the drawers that I have because I have wardrobes on rollers that are seasonal. They're done by season. Okay, so now I'm no spring's coming up, and I'm getting ready to change it out, right? And I always forget on the blog. I forget that I bought stuff with tags on it, right? And then it's a whole new thing. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot I bought this. This is great. This dress. Like that white dress you bought at Halls. You're probably like, wait a minute. I didn't think about that. I didn't see a picture. Okay, so now, and you probably forgot about it, right? Well, that dress is fantastic, and it still has the tags on it, and it's from Halls, and you stole that dress. So I think that's a lot too. Is I said my wardrobe on wheels because that's really what it is. But yes, I try to buy things at the end of the season, and I would suggest buying stuff for fall right now at the end of the season, and then put it away. Okay, if there's things that you need now, that's when it's great to have a stylist.
That's right.
Because then you're like, wait a minute, what should I really buy? Well, you want to buy that neon fair ice sweater. That's what's in, right? That's what's in. That's what's in the season. A lot of just bomber jackets, leather coats, like anything that you see that's on super closeout. Get it, put it in your winter wardrobe. I'm going to tell you, fall wardrobe. 4 months, you're gonna be like the happiest person alive, and that's what happens to me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just saw this Farm Rio sweater dress for $80 on Clairvaux today, and I was like, I'm going to probably buy that. Like that is something I want to fall, and it's green, green's big, but yeah, I think that getting those pieces too at the end of the season because it's hard sometimes. It's hard because you're like, well, I can't wear this for another 4 months.
But if you buy those great staples, and the pieces that you're going to like wear over and over, and for wear is always keep that back in mind. It evens out at the end, and you have it when you need it, and you totally got a deal. So that's always a win-win.
I agree, Tera.
And if you have this space too, and with the whole seasonal closet, a lot of people do the seasonal closets, and it is kind of cool to like switch things out. I don't do that, but only because I have the space. But
Tera's an amazing one. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm manifesting that closet, and it's coming very, very soon. It's coming very soon, listeners. But I'm very grateful for the one I have now. But I do believe we organize smaller closets by color, by category. I know you're going to get to that, but I do think that that really helps. And I believe that if you have worked resale or in the fashion industry, that that's something that you're pretty, you know, you know how it's organized and you know how color works. But then when you get out of that industry and you're thinking like, and you don't keep it up, you're lost. You don't know where you're going to find something. Like, do I actually have pants like that? If I do, are they in with the skirts? Do I have my skirts organized right? Are they, and a lot of people do them by season. If you have a huge closet, they do it like that.
They will do it by season, which is great. Some people just think differently, and that's, when they go in their closet and like shop their closet, it's not always the same way that we shop. So it helps to kind of sometimes build outfits and have like a section that is, you can easily pull outfits that are already created. So I love doing that. I think that's helpful for a lot of people that are really on the go or working, that need to be dashing out the door quickly, and they don't want to skim through all the things. So, kind of a section that's already created, if you will.
I think that's because I think, when I know Tara, I'm planners, so like 3 days ago, I'm like, what are you wearing today? She already had it. She was already videotaping it with it on and sending it. You laugh, but this is what we do. And then I'm like, I think I've got the perfect thing to go with it. And so, but I do know that there are a lot of listeners and us in general at times when we're like, hey, I got to go to a soccer game. Wait a minute, where's all my step up, maybe a step up from like my loungewear? How do I elevate this this sweatshirt and sweatpant look into something, a little bit better, like, and already having it ready in your closet and there. I think that's priceless.
It is helpful to,
I get it.
Have things that you are not, because that's, I think, a struggle for people. They get in there and they start doubting what they have. They're like, oh, I don't like this. I don't know. Well, I saw this girl on Instagram. How did she wear it? I don't have that. So it's a lot of thinking, and people get stressed out, and then they just give up. Like, oh, forget it. I'll just wear the t-shirt.
Right. And it's not just, how I feel is it's not just the outfit, it's also the shoes. And then knowing, like, do I add an accessory with this? Could I put a scarf around my neck and that would look really cool? How do I elevate, polish those looks at, right when I'm getting ready to walk out the door or do that? And I think that's what the stylist does, guys. I'm telling you, you need to call Tera.
But I'm just doing it once or twice, giving someone a little bit out of comfort, having them do it a couple times, and then it's like a nature thing.
Right.
And they're like, oh my goodness, you can do this. Yes, you can. Just throw on the bangles. And so I think it just takes someone kind of giving you a little pointers and telling them you can do it. This is a thing. This works for you. It works for me. It can happen. So I
agree, Tera.
It's very helpful.
Tara's killing it today. I'm loving all of it. All right, what's next?
Well, I think, we kind of like started talking about this Enlist Help.
Right now.
You need to hire me, so
do it. And hey, we get our hair done, right? We pay for that. If we're lucky enough, we have that person that comes over and can clean our house. I don't have that right now. Right now, my mother helps. Her name's Mary, so we say Mary Mays. That's her real name. She's coming over today to help me. She's right here. But no, we have all these. We might go get a massage, right? We might get there's things that we do spend money on, and I think having a stylist come in is actually, I believe, cheaper than me getting my hair done once a month. But I do think that it really does help you. And I know a lot of people have that fear, and I'm saying this for myself, of possibly being judged. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm concerned. Like, what if I don't have enough? Or what if this? Or what if that? Well, I'm here to tell you, Tera makes anyone around her feel comfortable. She has this way about her, and she is this person inside and out, and she's just fantastic. I mean, I feel comfortable with her coming in at any point, but I know listeners are thinking, well, I don't know her. She's just that type of person, and she's known her character is known around town as that, and that's why she has such great clientele. So if spending that little bit of money, that extra money to have you come in, yes, she will make you feel comfortable. Yes, she would have left your closet, believe me, better than the state that it was in. But then also giving you those options, that clarity that you need, just to put things together or really see what you have. And I think, and
we have fun. I mean, I we laugh,
Right.
and I give you a lot of ideas. And we're there to really create, something that you have envisioned for yourself too. So it's all a win-win for everyone. We usually leave friends. If I don't know you before, then we're going to be friends when I leave. So that's always fun for me. And it's just, I love it. And I love meeting people and coming into the home and just, creating this chemistry that at the end of the day, you're going to call me back.
You'll be texting her.
I love that.
She gets that all the time. She's busy. But I think it's critical to have that someone that you can say, hey, I really need help here, and get the. It's not just, oh wait, I'm going to have somebody over. I don't know if this is going to work. It will work. It's going to work. It does work. And that's what's so wonderful about the services that you provide to them. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope everyone from, attorneys to teachers to stay-at-home moms to, everybody
is open.
And is open. It's not always someone needs an entire closet full. Maybe you just want just some ideas of how to adapt to the trends, and how to work some of your stuff or where to shop. So it's a lot of different services for everybody. So
right. And Tera will actually go shopping with you. She's fantastic to shop with me. I've gone with her, and she'll run down the list of everything I can wear with it. Is that you? Yes, that's you. You know why? Because of this. And Tera and I met, gosh, we met recently and just hit it off. Okay. One of our mutual friends who's going to be on next week, her name's Jenny Matthews. You probably know her in the Kansas City area, or if not, you probably heard of her. But we met and just became fast friends. And I feel like we were shopping. She's like, this is you. Someone that's known you 6 months or 5 months. It's like, that's you. That's how fast that she can really hone in on you and your personality and what you're looking for. She just has this really empathic energy where you immediately feel comfortable, and you know that you're gonna I felt this way when we went shopping, is that when I left I felt better about myself. Even the choices, and I'm in fashion. But you always, and I'm telling you, even in fashion, you question yourself on certain things, on what really looks good or doesn't look good, or should I bought that? I still about that Love Shack fancy top of the bow.
Look for that.
Well, and I should have done it. And Tera said, Rachel, it looks so great, so fun. Do it. And I thought, oh, I don't know, the bow, it's kind of big. And then, of course, a day later, is it still there, Tera? Are you going back in there? Who do I need to call? So I think it's having a stylist not only shop with you but come into your closet can really elevate, polish, just take you to that level, or just make you realize what you really have.
Right. Oh yeah. So, yeah. I deep dive into things. I'm like, no, wait. Someone is like, I don't love this. No. Yes, we have this, multiple ways we can recreate this. Pull that thing out of the archives, rework it, and it always works out. And they're always thankful. Like, oh my gosh,
they are.
I didn't know I could
rewrite this. I am, and I also and I wanted to bring up, because I did see on your list how to glam up your closet.
Yes.
Okay, because that's something. And I read this last night when I was going through the notes, and I was like, oh, I never thought of that. So tell us about your little. You have.
I love to glam it up because I feel I like to create closets that remind me of walking into a store. So I love doing paint or wallpaper and walls. I think it's super fun, and it's a very inexpensive way to jazz up your closet. Light fixtures are huge.
Change the whole dynamic of the room. Believe me, I just got a new one in my room, and
changes so much.
Thank you, Kath. My mother got it for me for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It looks like $1 million. I'm telling you.
It's a huge thing for a very little dollar amount. So, drawer organizers, linen organizers.
I wouldn't have thought of the drawer organizers, but you're right. Right. That makes a huge difference. Even with your makeup, which is something I need to get one, because I was like, where's this? I mean, I had 4 different kinds of mascara, but they're all rolling around. And I just need to get them, come on, let's get them in order. And those are the things that you might not think of.
Underwear liners, all the things. I decorate my shelves. even if I'm out and, it's just like TJ Maxx, Target, all these little places have the cutest little things, little trinket boxes, little trays,
Good.
good. I mean, it's worth it, and it creates such a dimension in your closet that's fun. I mean, I use my sorter shelves. I can do every other one, like a basket or like a jewelry box, and I don't know. I'm in my closet playing around all the time.
You are, and I like that. And that's it's fun, and that's how you come up with all these different, like you're constantly evolving your style, and I think that's really what it's about. Is as a person, you're evolving as a person, and as you evolve as a person, your style evolves, and that's what I'm finding out. Is I got like a couple days ago with Tara. I text her, I'm trying to define my style in 3 words. And I had all these list of words because that's as a stylist or in fashion, you're like, what's your 3 words? You're like, oh my gosh. Of course, Tara, it took her less than 2 minutes, or maybe 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds to respond to me on my 3 words, right? And that's what's so great is that as you evolve, your words evolve and your style evolves, and it's constantly changing. And I do believe also the confidence that we exude also helps us internally look at, okay, what am I willing to wear now? Like, am I willing to do this sheer? Well, maybe I am with the undergarments. Maybe I'm not good with the bra on the underwear, but maybe I'm okay with an actual slip underneath the sheer dress. Little things like that. But I do think like that confidence, it's a huge confidence booster, when you're realizing like, oh, somebody gets my style and they understand it versus what you think of your style. Because, you nailed it. I think we're like maybe 1 word off. I don't know. But but it was maybe 1 word off. I'm not sure. But because I had done mine prior and then I asked Tara, but I think that, it's also a good place to start too is like, where are you seeing your style versus what I'm seeing in your closet? Because what I'm seeing here is this, and what I think you're trying to do is this. And sometimes those words can be helpful. So if you want to check out my blog, it's in the stories. It's called Defining Our Style. It has all the words in there, and then links to articles from Vogue and a bunch of different other places that have like, what is that style? Because a lot of us are like, well, what is it? What is?
Oh yeah, what is? I mean, we're all asking ourselves
exactly, like, what is eclectic really mean, or eccentric, or edgy, or elevated. What is that exactly? Or I'm a minimalist. What is it? And so I think like helping that to kind of elevates, and I love that word elevates. I could say it a million times. I love it. But it does help us define where we're going. And I think that, number one, when you go into the closet, you're already looking to see, okay, what does this person like to wear? Like, what's your aim? Where are you going? What do you want to do? Every person is different. And that's so wonderful, right?
Like go in and see different, kind of their past, and what makes them their style, or what makes them dress the way they do, or what is their job, so it's fun learning all of that, and
right,
all on different pages, but we all want to dress nice and feel good, and and there's so many different ways to do that. It doesn't take a ton of work. It just takes another maybe set of eyes, your friends.
I think your friends too. That's a big deal. I think when looking back, it's like, and that's what I did. I reached out to Tara, listeners, watchers. I reached out to Tara and said, well, like, if at the very end, okay, well, what do you think? And that's really, even when I made the purchases for the, I set a limit for $40 to spend on this dress, but yet I set her 15 different dresses. She was able to say, these are the ones that I think. And yes, some of them were different from the ones that I saw myself in. But then I started looking at the dresses Sarah was picking for me, and I thought, you know what? I didn't see it the way she saw it, and now I'm seeing it. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna hit focus on that. So I think
I found stuff off my friends as well. I mean, I think it's just what we do, and I like to buy other people's opinion. I'm like, well, I love this so much. I get so impulse. I'm like, wait, hold on, let me. So it doesn't hurt to reach out to your friends, and it only helps.
It only helps.
It only helps.
So if you're in need, I'm going to have Tara go in right now and talk about, how you find her. But if you need to get styled, you need a closet edit, or you need to go shopping, or you need advice, she has packages, She also does hourly. There's so many different options that you can do with Tera. Tera, tell me more.
Well, now's a great time. Spring
It
is
is.
like it's a good time to shop for the next few months. I shop now until like October. So now's a great time to get that spring closet going, get your spring wardrobe and summer wardrobe, and so it's a great time to get the dust bunnies out. So yes, TeraCoughlinStyling.com and Tera Coughlin Styling on Instagram. You can always, find my number through someone, message me. I
And
take
that's
it
how
all.
it,
So
well, I mean, this is a great thing because Tara works really well on referrals. Everybody, like, once you have Tara over, you're going to tell all your friends, and then all those friends are going to call Tara. That's how it works for her business. And that's when you're dealing with a quality person, stylist. When you are referring them to your friends, you know you have somebody that's special. She's just special. I just love her. And then if you're looking for some circular fashion needs or some great deals, you can go to stylingit.com. We have some amazing deals right now, some great deals. Or you can follow us at Styling It. You can subscribe right now to our channel or to our podcast. And I hope
a lot of fun.
We do have a lot of fun. And so I hope, today you're able to maybe open your minds a little bit more and think, in a broader aspect of really what your closet needs or maybe like some changes that you might want to make. Or just maybe this podcast makes you want to call a friend that needs to hear your voice. Because, I think a lot of people really, I know I have a friend right now, they just wanted to, they just called and said, I'm so glad you called. And you're thinking, I don't know, I was thinking it might bother you, but then it's not. So like, maybe this is encouraging to pick up, or give some clothes to your friend, your friends, then, or have a friend have a clothes party where you have everybody over and say, bring a couple items that you're thinking about, getting rid of, and we can switch it around and do that. I think that was a great point, Tara.
On that with your kids' closet too. I mean,
Yes.
We can't forget about our kids' closets because those closets can get out of control. And I make piles out of my kids' clothes of like, okay, well, this boy will take Harrison's, this girl will take, I have all these little piles in my spare bedroom, which is a crazy mess. But I mean, kids' clothes to hand them off is so cute. And parents I love handing them. I will take anything.
Oh, Teddy's wearing like that North Face coat that you gave me from Harrison. So yes.
Beautiful. I mean, I don't know one person that wouldn't love that. So with your kids' clothes, make some piles and give them away.
Yes, and I do know an amazing team, great women, the Kristens, that are in Kansas City. They have a company called Sharing Sunshine, and they do all luxury resale kids clothes. So you can look for them. I know I sold a lot of stuff Teddy's through them. If you don't have friends that have similar ages or whatever, and you need to get rid of them, they're amazing. The Kristens at Sharing Sunshine. I think it's sharingsunshine.com, but yeah, it's a good option.
And also the schools.
Oh, that's so true, right?
Yeah, I take it's more worn school and just hand it off to the office, and they already know families that are in it. So it's a really nice thing to do. So if that's of interest of you,
do it.
I suggest it.
I would agree. So we're gonna wrap this up, but I just want to say next week we are super pumped because we're gonna have the amazing woman. Her name is Jenny Matthews. Of course, she introduced us, so I love her even more. She just has. If you don't know her, she's in broadcasting. She is a radio DJ. She does so many things. She raises money for charities. The list goes on and on and on. She's a fabulous mother. Just all of these things. She's a blogger. She has done a podcast. She's on Q104 morning show. So Jenny is going to join us, and we're going to talk about our mental health and our routines, what makes us go, and just our lives in general, and just promoting each other, but also talking about some serious things that we deal with in our lives and how we turn those into positives and encourage each other, not only as friends, but how to encourage others in our communities. And that's what we're just really pumped. So that is next week. So Jenny's going to be with us. So we're really excited. So as we leave you today, we just want you to remember that we are all one.
And we all have a story.
And we're all just really looking to connect. So we'll see you next week. Have a great week.